Scorpios, welcome to Modern Maven Tarot. Whenever this tarot reading shows up on your timeline, this message is for you. Thank you so much for joining me. This message is for any Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising, but also if you have Scorpio in a particular house or planet that you need clarity on, then this message is also for you. Really exciting message that came through when I was clearing your cards, one related to karmic completion and renewal, like a whole new chapter opening up. So I'm excited for you, Scorpios. I know that the energy has felt kind of heavy lately, especially with all the drama. It's hard for water signs not to get energetically attached to the drama. If you've been feeling drained, that could also be why. So do be mindful of your energy in the collective that you allow. There is this new way of thinking, this new way of moving forward, and I do think that it comes with strong boundaries, strong energetic boundaries. And it is our duty to make sure that we are mindful of that. You know, one thing that I tell everybody is make sure the last thing that you consume before you go to bed is not social media, is not media in general, because it's influencing that time of renewal, okay? Like think of your body with it sleeping as a reset. And if you're, you know, fueling your body with media right before bed, that can, you know, deter that cleansing, if you will. But with this renewal, I'm getting some inspiration and some hope. Like I said, if you've been feeling drained, pay attention to those synchronicities and allow that energy to come to you, because it's very powerful right now. And at the time I'm recording this, it is Leo season. We just had that amazing numerology of August 8th, 2024 and 888, right? That is very powerful. I myself was feeling very drained during that time. But at the same time of that, it was this idea to have some retrospection of, even though I'm feeling drained now, how far have I come? You know, so there's always this way to turn it around without it being toxic positivity. This is a time of reflection as I'm recording too. It's Mercury retrograde, Saturn retrograde, Neptune retrograde, Chiron retrograde. So there's a lot of reflection going on. And with this reflection, it's really important that we see those moments when we do have that clarity, when we do have that hope, when we do have that inspiration. Like as I'm recording this, summer's been awful, but today is this amazing, like 65-degree weather with this warm, beautiful breeze and like this beautiful view. Everything just is very clear looking. And so that's what the message that I'm getting for you, Scorpios, is hold on to that and like make sure that you don't ignore that and take time to appreciate that vibration when it comes in, okay? Very important message for you. Yeah, very clear that there's this idea of, with the star energy, that it's something to do with your emotions and like understanding that whatever you've gone through or whatever you are going through, it always is this place of transformation. And remember, Pluto is here to transform us all, transform our concept of power dynamics, transform our personal power within us. And so for you, I really want you to understand that if there is something emotionally heavy or emotionally draining that you've gone through or that you're going through, the place that it takes you, that's the problem, is you can't always see it when you're in it, and you're not meant to. You're meant to experience and go through it, and you know that as a water sign. And so just hold on to that idea of like the power within you and the power that is coming to the surface. And don't ignore your Chiron retrograde, all right? Chiron is retrograde in Aries right now, but see where Chiron is in your chart. What house rules Chiron? What house Chiron is in, because that is where there might be an aha moment for you when it comes to this like emotional upheaval that you're meant to reflect on, and then take it and be like, yeah, I get it now. Okay, so let's see what we got going on for Scorpios. Yeah, so this relationship, this karmic cleansing, this karmic completion when it comes to this very important relationship in your life, when we accept that healing, when we accept that healing from ourselves too, that's when all of a sudden all of this abundance opens up, okay? And so this is Venus in Scorpio. I'm getting a very strong message for you, Scorpios, that at the end of the day, this is about self-love, not how others perceive you, not the love that you give to others, not the love that others give to you, the love you give to yourself. That's the big aha moment you're going to get with this cleansing of these wounds, these deep ego wounds, is that satisfaction and that needing of approval is not necessary. But when we feel that sting, when we feel that trigger, because that's one thing is like, you're not afraid to, go it alone. You're not afraid to be that like lone wolf, if you will. But there's this message of like, those stings, even though we're projecting it onto the people, it is coming from something within us. Okay, so that's the deeper message here, I think. All right, so this week's energy is the 10 of coins. This is Mercury in Virgo, and so I do also, at the time I'm recording this, it is Mercury retrograde in Virgo. All right, so you might be reflecting a lot on your finances or your health, but I really want you to recognize that with the Saturn completion message, appreciating your roots and your resources, appreciating all of the things that got you to where you are now, all right? And embracing it as being this path that has led you to resilience and growth and strength, okay? This is also a week of really unlocking a lot of financial abundance and vibing with community. You might even be finding a new community. We'll see what the clarifiers have to say. But this is unlocking a lot. And I want to focus on these two tulips here because I really do think that this is a connection to something clicking with you, some sort of completion, because 10s are completion, some sort of completion with you recognizing you are all of that which you have experienced, and that which has created you is come from within as well, okay? Now, what you need more of and what the universe is gifting you is the Two of Swords. Now, this is Moon in Libra, and so I do think that there is a strong message of you reflecting on when it comes to communication, when it comes to your beliefs, when it comes to how you perceive yourself. We need to keep things in perspective, and we need to understand when we need to make a truce, when there's not room for compromising, but it has to come from within. Like I said, there's a very strong message here to us not wanting to back down on something, but that compromise is there for a reason sometimes, okay? So this is saying compromise when you can. And the universe is giving you a decision this week of like, is this coming from your ego, or is it coming from your higher self, or is it a balance of the two? What you need less of, this is fascinating, is the Empress. So Empress is Venus, okay? And this is this idea of like enjoying life, taking pleasure in life. And like, I'm getting in this position that this is an idea of like, that watery energy of just like existing right now is not what we need. Like we really need some discipline here with whatever this completion is. And obviously we're going to clarify this, but with Venus, with the Empress looking over here, it's almost this message too of the focus has been, no, don't shoot the messenger, but the focus has been very much centered on a very narrow path of this decision making, okay? And that while we might feel right, while we might feel like this is the way, there's this need to step up in some way. Okay, so let's see what the clarifiers have to say about this. All right, why is the 10 of coins here for Scorpios? Yeah, that Ace of Swords again too. This new direction, this new way of thinking is really important. Okay, this is so funny because your polar natal sign Taurus got a very similar message of now is not the time to rest. Like I get it, we're all feeling exhausted and like we all want to unplug, and there's just this really strong message of making sure you still stay focused on whatever it is you're working on. There's this urge to unplug and just enjoy life and just put everything off for tomorrow. And like I just get that this is not the time to do it. Whenever you're watching this, is keep working at it and keep expanding your knowledge, keep expanding your talents, keep expanding because of Jupiter and Gemini, all that expansion. You're meant to keep expanding. And it can be in a means of communication, and that you're meant to keep growing this. Whatever it is like expanding really, really quickly. It's just like if you feel like, yeah, well, this is all I know about this subject, then explore more, okay? Like I always tell people, YouTube is a free resource. Just be very mindful of where you're getting your information, okay? Okay, so Two of Swords. Yeah, I get this sense of like, I'm in charge. You know what I mean? Like that's just a very strong message here for some reason this week on decision making with people of like, I'm the boss, I'm the leader, I'm in control, I'm the parent. You know what I mean? Like there's just this very strong, like absolutely not energy coming. Now the Page of Swords, the Two of Swords clarified the Page of Swords. And so it's like, yeah, you're meant to ask yourself from within. I'm getting very strong, forceful communication. Like we don't want to compromise. We don't want to back down. And so tarot is saying go within, ask yourself, like when we're feeling this need for forceful communication, when we're feeling this need to like speak our truth and like not back down and not compromise, why are we feeling this? Because there's a lesson there. And I'm getting a very strong message that this is part of that Chiron healing, right? Chiron retrograde in Aries, healing something deep within us, okay? And it has something to do with this message of how we speak our truth, how others have spoken to us, and how that alters how we speak our truth. All right, very, very clear message for you, Scorpios. All right, now the Empress. Why is the Empress in this position? I find this fascinating. King of Cups. Wow. Okay. And yeah, I mean, this could be a person that, like I said, I feel too like when we come to a place of emotional fulfillment, emotional satisfaction, we do want to just chill, especially as a water sign. You know what I mean? And so King of Cups, what I love about this too, is King of Cups is Libra and Scorpio. And so you have Libra over here and you have yourself Scorpio. So this could be dealing with a Scorpio, a fellow Scorpio or a Libra in your life. But with the Ten of Wands here too, Saturn and Sagittarius, like I'm telling you, this is something to do with a block of fear, a limitation, a challenge that Saturn's here to help you build your resilience. Saturn's here to help you complete something. And when we can accept that completion, like you're almost there with this Saturn energy, with this Saturn lesson. All right. All of us are getting like a big, strong message of like chapters closing when it comes to a lesson in our life related to your Saturn placement. So you're feeling like you want to keep hanging out. You want to just chill. You want to just vibe. You want to enjoy life. You want to unplug because you're at a place where you're feeling content. You're feeling peaceful. And so the one thing that I think is interesting is the best way you're going to find that peace is by just compromising. And that might not seem like it because like you're like, no, I've made it here. And so like it's a big message for you with your Saturn. That's all I got to say. Okay, so let's get an empowering question, then we're going to close this out for Scorpio. Scorpios, thank you so much for joining me. Again, please don't forget to hit that like button. I don't think a lot of you liked that message just then, but you know what? Like sometimes we got to hear what we got to hear. All right, Scorpios, what does love mean to me? Okay, and especially with this King of Cups energy and this Empress energy, strong Venus energy. Yeah, what does love mean to you? Okay, because I think that's going to be something too when it comes to this compromising, that we're going to be able to like, what am I getting from this of like putting, like digging my heels in, like what purpose is this serving in the end game when it comes to love and fulfillment? Okay, so Scorpios, thanks again. Please hit that like button, subscribe, share this with somebody who needs to hear this message, and as always, shine your inner light. You've got this.